Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And the upcoming recession could be an Armageddon scenario for a lot of media outlets.
He said Hollywood's going to be getting it hit hard.
Yeah, a lot of companies that depend on people having extra money, having venture capital, all of these things are going to get hit. And the media, the digital media that actually supports Hollywood, is getting hit very hard. In fact, we've been covering the decline of digital media in the last couple of months now. Buzzfeed and Vox and Vice, and now Vox is laying off more people because the money is running out. Now, what happened last year was Buzzfeed was going to go public, and that was going to kind of be the bellwether, I guess, for these other companies to also try to go public because the venture capital's run out, so they're trying to scam more investors.
Of all of them, Buzzfeed was the one I thought would do the least well, and it did the least. I mean, it did shit.
It was catastrophic. I mean, people were like making jokes. Buzzfeed ran into a buzzsaw.
Why did they even think that it would work? That's what I don't understand.
They were desperate. They're desperate. Basically, the advertising revenue is not there because a lot of advertisers are not advertising on their platforms because they're garbage websites, and their overhead is tremendous. These websites, they do make money, but not enough money to offset the ridiculous salaries their journalists get paid, the ridiculous rents that they're paying, and they're also paying to promote their posts with Facebook and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So they're making money, just not nearly enough money.
Well, no, that's what the venture capital was for.
Right, the venture capital was supposed to offset the losses, but now we're seeing the truth.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. They never made it. That's exactly it. Now you're seeing the truth. The truth is these companies were never profitable, and now that we're entering into a recession and the ad spend's slowing down and the venture capital's dried up, now they're going to start laying people off. This is why I think we are starting to see shit like this. And again, this is from Vox. Why we're seeing shit like this. Last year, they were trying to resurrect Gamergate.
Oh my God, several of the media outlets are trying to resurrect Gamergate.
Yeah.
It's like, it's over, it's done. Move on.
They can't move on. They need clicks. So Vox is laying a bunch of people off. Vox cuts staff, slows down hiring as recession fears grow. This just happened about half an hour ago. So we're going to talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 273,000 subs. Thank you for the support. We do have our own digital media outlets, clownshishtv.com and piratesandprincesses.net. And
I can tell you that the ad rates are down.
They are down. Yeah,
yes, I can tell you for 100% certainty that they are. But this is interesting. So they're laying off 39 employees in sales, marketing, recruiting, and certain editorial.
This feels like they're winding down because you wouldn't be laying off sales and marketing.
You need them.
You need them to go buy ads.
But then again, a lot of companies, when they panic, that's the first thing they cut. Is sales and marketing, which is kind of dumb because they're the ones that would bring your money in.
Yeah. New York Magazine, owned by Vox, won't be affected, probably because people pay for subscriptions to New York Magazine, so that probably is sustainable. Like, these companies don't have to be ridiculously profitable, but they have to pay for themselves, right? The layoffs could be assigned. Media companies are preparing for the recession, which CNBC survey respondents suggest could officially come in December. We're going to have like a holiday, like it's December 14th. It's cataclysmic recession day, guys.
I mean, it's like, it's just...
Like when you say happy holidays, you're going to roll the recession into that too.
It could come in December, which happens to be right after the election.
Yeah.
I'm pointing that out.
Happy holidays. Hope you have money for Christmas.
Oh my God, everything's already up. Everything's already up so much more.
A month ago, media executives expressed optimism that their companies were well positioned for a slowdown.
Apparently, they changed their mind.
That was quick. Vox may have injected a dose of reality to the industry Wednesday. Privately held digital media companies laying off 39 employees, according to a person familiar with matter, as well as slowing down hiring and reducing non-essential expenses. Get rid of your big-ass offices. Work from home. The layoffs affect employees in sales,
people
recruiting.
want to work from home, so that's a win.
Yep. So we got editorial, too. New York Magazine, owned by Vox, isn't affected, said the person who asked not to be named.
Yeah, I don't want to lose my job.
The company's brands also include Vox, The Verge, Curbed, and now this. Spokesperson for Vox Media declined to comment because they're not there anymore.
Yeah, probably.
They got fired. In a memo to staff, Vox Media CEO Jim Bankoff directly cited deteriorating economic conditions. Yes, we will tell you, as site owners, the ad revenue is declining.
Here's the thing. Well, one, it's going to go up because of the election. So that, they're still doing that even though it's going to go up. But we've been telling people for months that these sites weren't sustainable. They just listened.
They didn't listen. Why didn't you listen?
But according to Twitter, we control everything.
We control everything. Why don't you listen to us? We control everything.
That's right.
The current economic conditions, this is the CEO, the current economic conditions are impacting companies like ours in multiple ways, with supply chain issues reducing marketing and advertising budgets across industries and economic pressures changing the way that our consumers spend.
I agree with that.
Our aim is to get ahead of greater uncertainty by making difficult but important decisions to pare back on initiatives that are lower priority or have lower staffing needs in the current climate. Now, a lot of companies are going to do this. They're going to use the recession or the fear of a recession to get rid of people they wanted to get rid of before, but they couldn't do it because they knew they'd go to Twitter and complain about it. So we're going to get rid of certain people. Oh yeah, all those the people writing the Gamergate articles. Yeah, hey, we got to lay you off. He said in the memo that the cuts only affect 2% of the company.
I'd say 39 isn't a lot. I mean, it's still terrible, and I feel bad for those who lost their job. I don't want anybody to lose their job.
I think it's a precursor because they're getting rid of the recruiting people, which means that they're not going to be hiring either. So
right, but they also had a Group 9 that they acquired, and that's a bunch of employees too.
They bought this other site. Several employees at Thrillist, one of the brands acquired by Group 9, tweeted Wednesday they've been laid off. The digital media industry hasn't gotten the valuation bump executives hope might happen with Buzzfeed's decision to go public.
I can't believe they thought that was going to happen.
Buzzfeed went public via a special purpose acquisition company at $10 a share. Buzzfeed shares are now below $2.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I didn't know it was that low. I have it in my portfolio. I just haven't looked at it because it's painful. Vox Media's decision to cut staff may be the tip of the iceberg for media. Here's where it gets bad. Here's the other shoe. Since 2000, on a year-by-year basis, the biggest 3 years for job losses on the industry all coincided with recessions. 2020, 2007 to 2009, and the 2001 dot-com bubble burst. Now, here's the problem. The problem is right now it's the perfect storm because it's like all of that happening at once.
Right.
So, because now we're coming out of the COVID thing, but now they're talking, monkeypox and some other shit, right? So
right before an election.
Yeah, right before the election. So we don't know what the hell's going on with that. We've got the recession, and we've got the modern day equivalent of the dot-com bubble with the NFTs and crypto and all that stuff. So basically, all these websites that they pump millions and millions and millions of dollars into are just going to go poof. And what's going to happen is
like they did with the .com.
Yeah. And what'll happen is we'll have a few left, right? But the vast majority are going to go out of business. The vast majority of these digital journalists are going to be without jobs, and they're going to all come after us and start yelling at us.
Well, here's the thing. That's why they keep buying up these other sites. Like, well, why are you buying other sites up? They're trying to be big enough to survive.
Yes.
And then, these sites alone couldn't survive it, but together they're hoping that they can, be tall enough that the flood doesn't drown them.
Yeah, and that's just it. I mean, they're actually merging. A lot of these sites are merging. I mean, they talked about Buzzfeed and they bought some sites, and we had Gizmodo. They bought what was left of Gawker, and it's taken a while for these sites to actually sell in a lot of cases because they're not really bringing it. And now after Buzzfeed, like all of digital media has been significantly devalued. Well,
that's why you're seeing them getting sold for like nothing or stock options or whatever, which was a joke because they weren't worth anything then either. Because they're just trying to make themselves as big as possible to try to survive this, and then throw overboard the redundancies.
Yeah, a lot of times it's just you're basically just buying a URL and squatting on it. I mean, Mike was one of these big sites writing all kinds of garbage articles, digital media sites, and it wound up being sold for like $5 million. Like an individual, a wealthy individual, but an individual could have bought that website.
I wouldn't have paid $5 million for it.
I wouldn't have paid $5 million.
It wasn't worth $5 million.
I don't even know if they're publishing anything anymore. But that's like nothing compared to the amount of money. And we know with like Vice, at least, Disney lost almost $500 million on it because it was just so what they do is they keep chasing digital media and chasing influencers and chasing this. I mean, Disney did this too with YouTube. They bought Maker Studios, thinking if they bought Maker Studios, which was a big MCN back in the day, that they were going to buy all these YouTubers and have all this massive audience, and it blew up in their faces.
Basically, like they thought they were going to treat it like they do like Star Wars, and they have their franchise they buy. But they can't control people the way they can control those things.
Yeah, it was like, oh, we bought PewDiePie. Oh, we bought PewDiePie. We didn't actually buy PewDiePie. But
No, PewDiePie is like, F you.
Yeah, and then that whole apocalypse thing happened, all that shit. And that was a lot of these media outlets stirring up shit because they were mad at the YouTubers.
These big studios act like these media outlets are their friends, and it's like, they're not your friends.
They're not your friends. They're not your friends. They're competing with you. They're not
just that. You do one thing wrong they don't like, and they're gonna completely flip on you like that because they want the clicks.
Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna wrap this one up again. Not delighted that people are gonna lose jobs, and I think a lot of digital journalists.
But not surprised.
Not surprised.
I've been saying this.
And I honestly, with all this going on, I fully expect attacks on YouTubers to ramp up to 11.
Well, they need something. They need a target because they're mad.
They're mad. They're losing their jobs, and we've seen this before. People that were writing for.
So it's obviously our fault.
Obviously, it's not just us, but like all YouTubers. So we're gonna see a whole bunch of hit pieces. You watch. There's gonna be a whole bunch of hit pieces on YouTubers, individual YouTubers, how YouTube is allowing toxic people on the platform, and they need to because these journalists are pissed off that they're going to be out of work.
But it's nothing to do with us. It's because that people don't want to read your shit. That has nothing to do with us.
No, that's on you. That's on you. So we're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.